Good morning and welcome to Ayubowan, Sri Lanka. Today we have with us a special guest. She is Shaleeka Abeygunasekara, the Director Communication of the Sri Lanka Girl Guides Association. So we're basically going to talk about the Girl Guides movement. So good morning, Shaleeka.
Good morning.
So now when we're talking about the Girl Guides, can we talk about how it all started and where it all started?
Well, it all started in the UK in 1910. So actually we're celebrating 100 years of World Guiding this year. It was started by Lord Robert Baden-Powell. He had started the Scout movement a couple of years before, and then there was such a demand for it from the girls that he at that time he felt that it wasn't suitable for girls to be part of. Girls to follow the syllabus that he had put together for the boys. So he did up a separate syllabus which was more suited to girls, and it all kicked off in 1910.
1910. So
Yeah.
from 1910, when did Sri Lanka become part and parcel of the guiding movement?
Guiding was brought to Sri Lanka in 1917 by Miss, at that time she was a Miss Jenny Calverley, and it started up in Kandy at Girls High School. So that was the first guide company, and from there, it just spread to the rest of the country.
So Shaleeka, what was the need by then to sort of think about a concept such as guiding? What was the need and what is it all about?
At that time?
At that time, yes.
I think at that time it was, it was probably, it sort of gave girls, back in 1917, I would imagine that it gave girls and young women, more independence, more freedom, and I would think that was the need at that time. It would definitely have, the program would have empowered them, made them more sort of more efficient. Even if they weren't career women, I don't know how to what extent we had career women at that time. But even as a housewife, it would have made them more efficient. And I think, in a nutshell, that is what guiding does for a person. Because we do not know what challenges the future holds, and what guiding is all about is to kit you up to face and take on whatever challenges that life has to throw for you.
So is it why they say that the motto of the guiding movement is be prepared?
Absolutely.
So it is easy to say be prepared, but how does actually the guides, how are they groomed to sort of be prepared to face anything in life?
There are fundamentally, I would say, two aspects to the program that we have for girls. Our educational program, although I say program, it's a very non-formal approach that we take, not the usual classroom style. It's not a structured program. We get girls outdoors, give them a fun, adventurous setting, challenging setting in which, and a safe environment in which, they can develop themselves. The one aspect focuses on character building, leading up to then giving them leadership skills. The other aspect, of course, is also getting them to take responsibility for the society that they live in, take their place in there as leaders, and also contribute to the society. So there's a lot of community development that we build into our program as well. As an association, we do a lot of community service, and we also, we get the girls, even the youngest. Our youngest age group is from 7 to 12. They're called the Little Friends, and even at that level, there are little actions. We teach them to lend a hand, and they learn from a very young age to think of others and sort of try and make a difference. So those are the two fundamental aspects to the guiding.
So that means it is a process that starts happening when they're very small.
Yes.
Like Little Friends, as you said, it's 2 to
7
to
7 to 12.
7 to 12. So I guess that is important in a country, because it is the young generation that has to be influenced.
Yes.
So what can the guiding movement promise to the development of the country?
Well, certainly better leaders, I would think, more empowered women. I mean, what guiding? I mean, this is worldwide, not just Sri Lanka. But what we try to do is develop girls and young women to develop their fullest potential and then take their place, in society. So you start at a very young age, training them to and empowering them, really. Sort of giving them a platform from which they can then take up global issues, and that's very relevant to to Sri Lanka. So be it, I mean, in whatever field they go for, they'll be there, sort of making a difference, we hope. So, and I'm sure, I mean, from given the guides that we have had, I mean, we have had, I mean, even in Sri Lanka, we've had so many sort of famous guides. There's a who are out there, making a difference. People like Radhika Kumar Swami, Mrs. Jessima Ismail, Professor Savitri Gunasekara. Several, the chairman SLT, Mrs. Lisha Chandrasena, there are so many, and all making a difference. And in whatever way, I mean, we that is what we do. We get them to we